So in this case, your arms go slightly apart as if you were going to be somebody caught in a photo of doing a jumping jack. So your arms are slightly out at angles wherever they are comfortable going. And as you feel yourself in this kind of X position, you can do multiple things to engage yourself. And I'm just going to explore some of the possibilities with you. So for example, you could start finding your left arm and shoulder blade and engaging and pulling in towards center with it a little bit, feeling how far it wants to go, and then just letting it ease off a bit again. So that's one possibility. The next one is that you could lengthen out. Let's try that through that left arm again. So just feeling that kind of amoeba-like lengthening out through the left arm. And as you do start to initiate these movements, starting to notice where else in your body there are engagements. So for example, sometimes you'll feel the pulling in of the right arm and shoulder blade as you lengthen out through the left, or you may notice some shifts starting to happen in how your legs want to move. And so each one of those becomes an interesting curiosity of how they're connected through the core of your body, and then just easing off again. So you can do the same thing by now coming across to the right and trying, first of all, lengthening out a little bit through the right arm, feeling how that affects the left arm and shoulder, how it affects your legs, letting that ease off, and then engaging and pulling in with the left arm and shoulder blade and noticing what it does through the rest of your body. Now, as you do that, you may notice that it also affects your spine, so your head is likely going to turn or fall across toward the side where you're pulling in and turn away from the side where you're lengthening out. And that kind of shows you how the spine is engaging with this. Let's come down to your legs and notice the connection to your hips and legs. So if you come to your left leg and feel how it can lengthen out, and notice how that affects your shoulders, arms, and the right leg, and your spine, and just kind of play with that a little bit. Just feel where you get in the way of that. And then just let it ease off. Try lengthening out through the right leg. Notice how the rest of your limbs respond to this. You'll notice after a while that it's almost as if there are strings of connection from one arm to the diagonal leg, that as one lengthens, the other one draws in towards center, and that the movement goes pretty much through the belly button. So that's sort of the epicenter, the original primordial epicenter, like in a starfish, of movement in the body. It's where embryo movement starts. And so to just kind of feel how that movement can kind of coordinate across the center, the core, the umbilical area, is can really help it feel its connection through your torso. And so after a while, you can just play with these. You can notice, for example, that drawing in with your right leg actually creates a drawing in with your right arm and shoulder. So you're shortening on that side. This is like muscles of the waist, and lengthening through the left side. And each way that you notice, whether it's a diagonal or one side, you'll find that there's an awakening of your understanding of how your body coordinates these movements, and really draws upon all the awakening that we've done so far with this. As you just lay on the floor without having done all of these previously, your X might be a very different X, very different level of engagement than it is at this point.